Your postgame with head coach Lou Esposito, TJ Douglas, and Herman Brunis after a 32-0 win over University of Faith. Coach, opening comments, please.
I think we started out a little sluggish for us, but the guys really stepped up in the second half, and you saw that with the intensity and obviously moving the ball and start getting stops. So I feel like it was good. We can't afford to come out sluggish. I'm never going to apologize for getting a win. Guys played great. Guys did a good job. I got to do a better job of preparing them and getting things going a little bit faster. And that's a big group effort that we'll have next week, ready to rock for St. Francis.
What do you test that too slow start there in the first half? Is it a thing of where you maybe didn't have a lot of film, maybe to go on what they had coming into the game, and
I think no, I wouldn't say that. We had enough film. I think it's my fault. I didn't do a good job of getting the guys ready in the locker room. And then obviously the way we prepared this week was a little unique, so I got to switch it to do things differently to keep our team motivated. And the kids did a great job. Again, that's solely on the coach. That's solely on me. I'll take full responsibility for that, and then we'll move forward, and I know we'll have a better showing next week.
What are some of the positives you take away from this contest as you move into next week's game?
Well, I think the biggest positive in the second half, the offense really exploded and did a great job. And I feel like for us to be successful, they have to do the things that they've done. They moved people, they took shots, we made some big plays. I think that was really good. And then defensively, as long as we're getting turnovers and playing a really good third down defense, I feel like we're pretty good when we want to be. And I think that's what you saw in the second half.
There was 22 penalties by University of Faith. Offensively, how hard is it to get into a rhythm when there's that many flags?
Well, I think that's a big problem. I mean, every time you get into a groove, like there's a penalty and there's some things that slows you down. And I think for us, we can only control the controllables. I talk to the guys about it all the time. And that's what we have to control. We control what we do. We control how we play defense, how we play offense, how we play special teams, and the effort and physicality that we play with. And I think our guys did a good job of that today.
Herman, you had 5 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown today. Talk about being the team's primary guy, deep threat, somebody that can go get the ball in the air.
I just try to do what I can and do it for the team, make sure I'm doing my job just for the success for the team.
Coming from a Division I program, what are some of the things that you see in this program that's starting to build that would emulate some big-time stuff?
Confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You always need confidence. If you got confidence, you can do anything.
And TJ, you had a couple takeaways last week in that win at St. X. You have an interception return for a touchdown this week. Your defense has only given up 21 points in the last 4 games. You guys feel like you're really hitting your groove on that side of the ball?
Yes, sir. I feel like defense as a whole, we come out, we have a certain edge to us. Got to give credit to the defensive line and linebacking core. I feel like they kind of set the tone for our secondary and allowed for us to make plays back there.
You had 8 tackles today. Do you consider yourself a defensive leader, especially in that safety position where you kind of can read the field and see what's going to happen?
Yes, sir. I mean, I take ownership of that role, and I try to do my best each week to get my guys prepared and do what I can to help the team.
And, Coach, they only had 109 yards of offense again today. It seems like your defense is really stepping it up this year.
I think the biggest thing for our defense is they get to go against an offense every week in practice that is really, really good. And for us, we get sharpened. Iron sharpens iron. We talk about it all the time. And the kids have played with great effort. And when you go against that offense, you go against Herman and some of the offensive linemen and the other guys that we have, I mean, it really makes you sharp. And I honestly believe that to this date, we've played against a better offense in practice every day than anyone else that we've played against. And when Herman talked about that confidence, that you saw that in the second half. And there was a little bit of doubt that first half, and there's a whole mess load of things that contributed to that. And the biggest thing is obviously me not preparing them. But I think when we play with confidence and we play hard, we got a shot. We talk about it on defense all the time. If we play hard and we know where we're going to be, and you have edges, and you know your gaps, and you know your spill guy, you know your force guy, you know your contain guy, we got a shot. And that's what we've been doing on defense. It's been really good. Coaches have been great preparing these guys. I'm really, really happy about where we are.
You guys will be hitting the road for the final time next week at St. Francis and Joliet. What do you expect out of that contest?
I've known their coach for a long time. He's going to have those kids ready to go. You watch them. They play hard. They've lost a couple close games. They're a team that's going to be super physical, and on defense they're going to attack you and do some things that are kind of unique to what they do. So coach is going to have them ready to play. It's a huge challenge for us because it's our next game. But I think these 2 guys next to me and the rest of the team will be up for it.
Thank you for your time, gentlemen.